because he believed that video games were basically for like losers and that they would never take off, even though they were already well established industries when this game started being a thing.
The Witcher, like, I enjoyed season 1 of The Witcher. I
love season 1 of The Witcher.
I thought it was very enjoyable. I have no attachment to the books. I haven't read them. I know your thoughts on them. Actually, your thoughts on them is what like kept me from reading them, because as you were going through, you're like, love it, love it, love it. And then you got to the end and you were like, meh.
Okay, so
I was so close into jumping in headfirst into the deep end, and then you finished.
But here's the thing. Like, there are 2 books from The Witcher that are absolutely top reads. Without a doubt they are.
You had me convinced. I remember I was like, I hurt my shoulder. I had to go to the hospital, and I was waiting in the waiting room, and I was there for like an hour and a half, and you were giving me the play-by-plays on like certain plot aspects. And you're like, okay, this dude shows up. We got a vampire. He's here. He's great. Loving this.
Yeah.
And then wait, is it Regis? What's his name?
Regis. Yeah. Okay. So I am a diehard, like, I ride hard for the game. Like, I don't want to hear nothing negative about the game. That is far and away the best form of The Witcher. And that's how I came into the universe, was game show books. So it was like an odd experience going like game show books. Okay, the 2 books that are incredible, like Sapkowski can do one thing well, and that's short story collections. The Last Wish and The Sword of Destiny are 100% worth reading. That's like where they sourced a ton of the material for season 1, which is why, like, at first for season 1, I really thought we were going, like, at one point I was like, ooh, maybe they'll bring video game stuff in too. But yeah, Sapkowski is a nutter. Like, he is a nutter. And he is so fucking petty. Like, oh God, never. So, okay, there's backstory with this.
Here's
the tea.
Yeah.
So the book series had been out for a while. CD Projekt Red, which is a video game production company, they come to him. They're like, hey, we want to make these books. They start talking about it, and they're like, here, we're going to give you X amount of percentage of the sales. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. Just give me like $10K now. And they were like, you want $10,000 up front, and then we have all the rights.
And that's
he was like, yeah. Because he believed that video games were basically for like losers and that they would never take off, even though they were already well established industries when this game started being a thing. So they go on to make 1, 2, and 3. 3 wins Game of the Year. It's touted as, like, even now, even to this day, is one of the greatest like games for consoles made. And he gets mad and then sues them again for like trying to get a better cut. And it's kind of like, well, I mean, you're the one who dictated these terms, like, not their fault. But then they like broke him off with like 100K. But he rides hard for Netflix because Netflix paid him a ton of money.
I mean,
and that'll
do it.
How do you change your lead? How do you run your lead out of the show? Lead talks about that on the internet, which then like lights a fire under the fandom again. And then you're like, yeah, cool. We're just gonna change the lead.
Can you imagine if they were like, oh, by the way, mid-season, like season 3 of the Wheel of Time, they're like, by the way, new Moraine, just get over it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I mean, like, there's so many shows where you could bring that same concept into, but like, I can't believe that they did it. I mean, it seems so forward.
Can you imagine if not only they had replaced Rosamund Pike, but then that Rosamund Pike was engaging with the fandom online saying like, I'm leaving because they're bastardizing the show so badly. It doesn't represent any of the material that exists, which is true. A lot of The Witcher, there is no source material for. And what's crazy is there's 7 books, 3 games, and like you guys still had to create new little jaunts for Geralt and Ciri. Like it's crazy. But Netflix continues. I don't know what I want to see the type of like contract they signed
To be a
for
fly on the
this.
wall. To be a
Like
fly on the wall.
it has to be that they agreed to these seasons way up front before the show fell apart in season 3.
Yeah, maybe it's like a cost sunk fallacy thing where it's just like, you know what I mean? Like just make it to this last season and then that's that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Contract, I mean, that's another thing though that's
But isn't
so
like
like
one of
fascinating.
isn't it a Hemsworth playing Geralt now?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like you'd have to have more for one of them than just like, we may or may not cancel the show.
They should have got like a no-name nobody, honestly.
I mean, they could have, or they could have at least tried to find somebody who acts that looks like semi close to Henry Cavill. That way, there's at least some like visual continuity.
They could have cast someone that like has no lines, all they do is grunt. You know what I mean? Like just
I'll be honest,
like a great grunter.
I
A
haven't
great
even
grunt.
watched. I haven't even watched all of season 3. I quit watching it at like the 2nd or 3rd episode. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch this anymore.